pay my social contribution? In which country? And where does the driver get his social benefits? If he gets unemployed, if he gets sick. The first thing is that a lot of people make the mistake to confuse two systems, because exactly in international work there are two systems. I see a lot of people taking pictures of the presentation. If you want it, just send me an email. I have my cards with me. I will send it to you. It's a lot easier than taking pictures. If you want, take a picture of me. It's much nicer. There are two systems in social security work, and a lot of them confuse them because you have the same words in labor law. The first system is the system of detachment. Detachment is a system where you send somebody to another country to work there permanently. Point. You have a mechanic working for you. You want him to go and work on a trailer or on a truck in Belgium. That's detachment. Detachment is not what drivers do. It's not the same system. And that's the first big mistake. And it's very difficult to explain this to people because drivers are in another system. The system there is what is called multinational work, if you're driving internationally. If you drive in more than one member state, then you're multinational work. And for multinational work there are special rules. There are two rules. The first rule is that the driver, the social contributions for a driver will have to be paid in the country where he lives, where he has his residence, if he does a substantial part of his activities in that country. Substantial part means 25%. So a Romanian driver who drives, works, it's not about the resting time, it's about the working time, who works 25% of his time in Romania shall always be subjected to Romanian social security. No discussion about it. Even if there's no company, whatever, he will always be subjected to Romanian social contributions. That's not difficult. However, if the driver is not doing a substantial part of it, if his activities in Romania, he's not doing 25%, then he will be subjected to the country of the seat of the employer, which in most cases of you will once again be Romania. So now you will ask me, what's the problem? Why are you staying here and making so much noise? Because quite a lot of Western European authorities will try and prove that the real seat of the company is not in Romania, that the seat and the heart of the operation is in Western Europe. That's what they're going to try and prove. They will ask your drivers, they will say, where do you start driving? Do you come by bus? Do you come by airplane? Do you have a site here in Belgium? I always say this, you have to be very careful as an international company to open a site in Belgium, because they will always say, oh, now you have a seat here. We have found the parking, this is your seat. You cannot do anything there, but it's your seat. So the question is how to protect myself against this. And the first line of defense is the A1 document. Now I know it's not so easy for the people who are not doing a substantial part of their activities to get the A1 in Romania, but I've talked to this conference before, mostly by internet, because it's the first time I'm present live. But please ask the A1 document. And keep on asking it. And please explain to the Romanian authorities that you're not doing detachment, but that you're doing international work. It's not the same. Not the same rules apply. You don't have to prove in multinational work that you do 20% of your turnover in Romania. It's legally not true. And what's the importance of the A1 document? The importance is, once you have it per driver, with a validity of 2 years, normally another member state can never put into question what is said in the A1 document. Because the A1 document is like a European decision. The regulation says it itself. You go and ask to have it, they will look into it and they will give it to you, and the other member states have to respect that decision. Now that was not so funny for the Belgians. They didn't like it, because if you do big controls on social dumping, you're not going to make a lot of money as Belgium or France with labor law. Because if you're saying that you're not paying enough labor, not enough wages, then you should pay them to the drivers and not to the French state. And the French state doesn't like that, because they want more money. And the Belgians the same. If you want to make a lot of money doing controls, then there's one way to do it. That's to say, oh, you don't have to pay your social contributions in Romania, you have to pay them in Belgium. And not only will you have to pay them in Belgium, you will pay also an extra fine, which is about 200%.